This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Frank, every golfer wants to play it at least once, the old course at St. Andrews.
Yeah, from Bobby Jones to Jack Nicklaus to Tiger Woods, they've all come and conquered.
Frank, this is such an historic, iconic spot. When you tee off for the first hole at the old course, you're nervous, you're intimidated, inspired.
Yeah.
I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball.
Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Getting set now over the putt. 1 under early in the round. Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in, but it also brings in a little bit of trouble. If that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side.
This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it. Stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
And that drops for another birdie. 2 in a row to start the round. On the tee box here at the third now. Frank, all these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in a kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the old course?
No, well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, I want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there. That's a ginormous tee shot.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Well done. Another birdie, and now 3 under par. Frank, the challenge begins to intensify here at the fourth.
Yeah, a bit risky if you try and hit it down the right side. Just about every player I've seen over the years has sort of aired a little bit to the left. That's the safer tee shot, but it does set up a very good second. Just smokes it.
No fairway here. This one in that rough. Now the second shot from 130 yards. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Settles in over the putt. So to 4 under with a second straight birdie. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you. But it's quite wide in the driving area, with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. What a shot. Setting up for an eagle here. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. So the eagle goes begging. Still has this for birdie.
Rich, I'm starting to lose count. This is just birdie after birdie.
It's all-time stuff. I mean, this is territory we just don't visit very often. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Frank, I've done it with donuts, a half a dozen, but never with birdies. 6 in a row?
No, it's time to watch. This will be something.
Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the Old Course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Starting to fill it up now. 2 birdies in a row and 7 under for the championship. Now to the par 3 8th. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot.
That will be a great look at birdie. This from 7 feet. Wow, touch of a locksmith out there, making everything.
Yeah, and the result, yet another birdie too. Totally in command.
Frank, the old course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. This is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really to be avoided are the ones in the middle of the fairway, but there are some that sneak in on the left side, plus that gorse on the left. If you can carry that last one, which is called the end hole, then there's a chance to perhaps drive this green. Grab the fire extinguisher, put out that ball is on fire. It's melting going through the air.
I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in 1. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Frank, I was really impressed at 3 in a row. We're 3 times 3 now if this goes.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. This for 9 in a row. Just absolute clinic out here.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Well, she's just made it look easy out there today. Swing has been rhythmical, tempo's been good, and really has played outstanding golf. Oh, what an incredible shot. Frank, another famous hole, this time the par 311.
Yeah, this hole was made famous by the left bunker, which is called the Hill, where Bobby Jones, when he first played St Andrews, couldn't get the ball out of the bunker, so in the end he actually ripped up his scorecard. A lot's changed since then, but the hole hasn't lost its luster.
You can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. These putts keep the round together. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, from this vantage point here at the 12th, you can see why the old course, St. Andrews, are so iconic in the sport.
Yeah, this is a fun hole as we start to sort of head back to the village of St. Andrews. Hole's called Heathery. There's a big crop of heather on the left, and there's 4 little pot bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway, so you've really got to be cognizant of those. But good time to take the head cover off if you're a long hitter. You've only got to worry about that one pot bunker just short of the green.
That should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. And it is down for an eagle. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The 2 bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot at.
Yeah, let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one.
That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Frank, such an advantage when you can hit that far.
It's not fair.
Second shot. Good look at the green. That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Didn't think this was possible, but 15 under par already. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the 4th hole. The 4th hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Second from an excellent lie. Chance to get it close here. Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world, and you don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra attention to detail, the better strike, the better swing, is certainly going to pay dividends.
What a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot. Because this is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play. But if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that.
Now playing the second here at the par 4. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. All right, Frank, another par 4. It's the 16th. Players trying to make their way to the house, standing up in one piece. What's the best way to get at this hole?
Well, the normal player would actually try and hit the ball down the left. I've seen the odd player try and hit it down that out-of-bounds line and sort of flash it down the right side, but really not much of an advantage, Rich, unless you're the longest hitter in the business. So a little short and a little left of the principal's nose is a nice setup for the second shot here at 16. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, you think about the great rivalries in sports, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Ollie and Frazier, and in golf, Nicklaus and Palmer. Great athletes, great teams pushing one another to great heights.
It's amazing how that's gone forward too, because Nicklaus and Palmer really became Nicklaus and Watson. Then there was like Norman Faldo, but some would say that Faldo Ballesteros, 6 majors to 5, was even more important. But in this era that we're in now, I think we're all praying for that Woods-McIlroy rivalry. Woods with 14 majors, McIlroy already with 4. That really is one to celebrate over.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Can't wait to write those on the card. 1 below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Frank, this may well be the most famous hole in the world. It's the road hole here at the Old Course, number 17.
Yeah, without doubt, Rich. The vistas have changed over the years. It used to be a series of railway sheds down the right, and you had to hit it over across those. Now you hit it off across the corner of the hotel. So blind tee shot, further right you go, the shorter and the better angle you have in. And you need a good angle in because you mentioned it, road hole. It's got the road hole bunker that sits perfectly in that left front of this par 4 green.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Well, a nice lie in the fairway, just 135 yards left.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A 3rd straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Good putt. Frank, here at the 18th, so much history has been made through the years.
Yeah, one of my favourite memories, I remember Jack Nicklaus when he beat Doug Sanders in that playoff. The famous sort of short putt that Doug Sanders missed. But really, the great moment that stands out was Seve in that 15-footer across the hill in 1984 wearing the blue sweater. Not only did he win the Open Championship, but he beat a tremendous field that included Bernard Langer, Tom Watson, Fred Couples, Lanny Wadkins, Faldo, and Greg Norman. It was an amazing Open Championship.
And I love that fist pump. It was pure Seve. All that fire, all that passion came flying out. And that's where you just sort of fell in love with the game. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. In the hole for birdie. Frank, just some great golf here today.
Yeah, that's a round to remember. Not often you play that well and you feel